Okay, since some of you guys are having issues with fertilizer calculations, I'm gonna work one real quick and post it so hopefully it can help y'all out. Okay, so right here we're gonna talk about our guaranteed analysis, talked about in class. That's percent N, percent P, and percent K in your fertilizer. Okay, so in this example, we have 1 pound of product. Let's say it's DAP for this example. So we're gonna use DAP over here. Okay, has 0.46 pounds of P in 1 pound of it, right? So when you follow this blue line, and you go from 1 pound to 0.46 pounds of P, our number gets smaller, right? It's smaller than that. So to make a number smaller, you multiply it by 0.46 to give you a smaller number, okay? When you go from 0.46 pounds of P over 1 pound of product, 1 pound is bigger than 0.46, so our number gets larger. So a number divided by 0.46 is going to give you a larger number, okay? All right. So let's go to our problem we're going to work today. All right, our soil test says we need 85 pounds of N, 50 pounds of P, 32 pounds of K per acre for 200 acres. Okay, that's how many acres are in a field. We're going to use these products, urea, DAP, and potash, and make it into a custom blend in tons. Okay, we're going to work the tons at the very end because that's how I work them. Okay, and in class we talked about how we always start with our P and our DAP in a situation like this because we're adding multiple nutrients, not only P, but we're adding N, okay? So we're gonna start with 50 pounds of P on 1 acre, right? Because that's what the problem says, okay? Well, how do we cancel out our pounds of P? Well, we know that there are 0.46 pounds of P in 1 pound of DAP, or a product. So we're gonna divide by 0.46, give us a larger number. Okay, in 1 pound of product. Okay, so now we have pounds P canceled, but now we're only in pounds of product, or DAP, per acre. So we're going to multiply, because our question said that there were 200 acres for this one field, right? So now we're in pounds of product, or DAP, per field. Which if you divide this and multiply this, you should get 21,739 pounds of DAP is what we need, okay? Per field. Remember, this is a per field basis. Okay? I'm going to leave it there for now and do the tons at the end, remember? So we'll divide by 2,000 pounds in a ton to give us a ton. Okay, so now we need to figure out how much N we've applied in this DAP so we can subtract that from the overall N that we need so we're not over applying our N. In order to do that, we're going to start with our product, this number right here, 21,739, okay, pounds. I'm going to put product, but we all know it's DAP. Remember, per field basis, okay? So now we're coming from here to here. So we know there are 0.18, pretend this is 0.18 pounds of N and 1 pound of product. But we have product, so we're gonna follow this blue line and go over to 0.18. So we know we should multiply now by 0.18 pounds of N and 1 pound of product. Okay, now we're in pounds of N per field applied as DAP. So this will give you 3,913 pounds of N in DAP. Okay? Okay, so now we subtract this number from the total N applied to the field. So we've already used this number. We're done with our DAP. So now we're going to move on to our urea and our N. So in order to figure out how much N per field, we're going to take 85 pounds of N per acre. We know we need to get on a field basis, 200 acres per one field. So now we're in N per field. This will give us 17 1,000 pounds of N we need as a field. But we know that we've already applied this much in our DAP. So you just subtract it. Pounds of N applied in DAP. Right? So we subtract that, and that gives us 13,087 pounds of N per field. We're on a field basis still. Okay? So now we want to go from pounds of N over to pounds of product. It just so happens that in urea, there's also 0.46 pounds of N, so we can say that this is, mark this out, this is an N now, in 1 pound of urea or a product. So we know we're going to divide by 0.46. So divide that by 0.46 pounds of N. Can't forget our labels, in 1 pound of product or urea. Okay. And this is going to give us, so pounds of urea per field. And that number is going to be 28,450, okay, pounds urea per field, okay? Box that in, okay? Now we're going to do the last one, which is K. We know we need 32 pounds per acre. We've already done urea. So now we're going to work with potash. This is honestly the easiest one to do. So you do 32 pounds of K per acre. You know that there are 0.60, so 0.60, pretend this is 0.60 pounds of K, 1 pound of product, so we need to divide by 0.60. So divide by 0.60 pounds K, 1 pound of product, our potash, okay? Oh, are we done yet? Nope, we forgot to get it into a field basis. We're still in acres. So we're going to multiply by 200 acres in 1 field, because that's what's given in the problem. And that's going to give us 10,066 pounds of potash per field. Okay? Now that, ooh, separated my 10. Alright, so now that we know we have 10,066 pounds of potash per field, we're going to take all 3 of these numbers, our pounds of DAP per field, our pounds of urea per field, our pounds of potash per field, and simply divide it by 2,000. Why? Because there are 2,000 pounds in a ton. So you can either divide the numbers by 2,000. For those of you that want to see why I'm dividing by 2,000, watch. Okay, so we know that we have pounds. Okay. There are 2,000 pounds in 1 ton. So that's why we just simply divide by 2,000. And that should give you 10.8 tons of DAP in your blend. This number divided by 2,000 gives you 5.3 tons of potash in our custom blend. And then lastly, coming on down to urea, divide that by 2,000 gives us 14.2 tons of urea. And now if it asks how much is in the custom blend, you just take this 5.3, this 10.8, and this 14.2 and add them all together to give your total tons of custom blend.